So we are working on our imagination creatures, and we're working on, from our lesson, creating a whole picture, including background, midground, foreground, and the picture should tell us about your creature. Like, what does it live? What does it do? And today I want to go over a couple of basic things that might be giving some of you some problems. So move my sketchbook, move my mouse, move my keyboard, so I can do all that. Bloop, bloop, bloop. That should work. All right, so we'll switch cameras real quick. There we go. So one of the things, again, I'm going to use a little bit darker pencil so it's easier for you guys to see. I would normally use a lighter pencil.
Would you stop licking my foot? Thank you.
So taking basic shapes and combining them to make some complex forms. So when you're looking at whatever your critter is, and you think of it by breaking it down into some basic, such as cylinders, spheres, cones, it's going to help you in your creature's development. We're going to take these contour lines, and part of it is I want to see your shading abilities. I want to see what level of shading you're starting to get to, and are you doing dimensionality. So somewhere in here, I want to decide where my light source is. And having that light source kind of at the beginning is going to help you in developing a complete full picture, because then you're going to have everything shaded from the light source as opposed to just kind of randomly spotty laying around. Dan Lee and Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby would all be proud of this drawing. So I've got these basic shapes, and then from these, I'm gonna change it into something more complex. I'm gonna say that my light source is coming from up here, so that I know that the top of all of these are going to have light to them, and I can start to just lay in a little bit where my shadows are going to go. And then I have to kind of look at things and figure out how much of a shadow does this object get. For example, under the arm on the side is going to have a pretty intense shadow laid in. Whereas this part of the body will probably get some shading from the arms, but the center part of it is gonna have some light to it. So how are you guys doing at home?
It's just like really, I don't know. It feels like sometimes I'm just like sitting doing my like schoolwork, like schoolwork for way longer than I'm used to doing homework, if that makes sense.
Right. Part of it's going to be because part of the day you're usually at school, so since you're not there, it seems like I understand, because I get kind of tired, man. By the time I'm like done doing all this, I can feel it. That, and I find I don't move as much, which is horrible.
I draw, I play Animal Crossing, and then I attempt to do most of my schoolwork.
In that order.
Because my phone's dumb and it doesn't want to open anything or do anything.
So you're doing it from your phone, not a Chromebook?
Yeah. Because we don't have internet at my house. We have hotspots.
Right.
My sisters just throw a fit when they can't play Roblox on their phone, so they use it all.
You should send in, Abby, you should send in a support ticket. So you should get on your Chromebook and use the hotspot, send in a support ticket to Springfield and let them know, because they're working with some of the local companies to get internet for people. So it depends on where you live. I know, oh my gosh, a Spectrum is giving out 60 days free for people that qualify.
Yeah.
And Buckeye's working on something too.
I have a question about the light source thing.
Yes.
My creature lives in like a heavy, dense forest, so the light source would just be like scattered.
Right. So what you still want to do is you want to have that. But what I would do is I would think of, instead of a general light source, like the one coming from my lamp down, I would think of it as like small rays. So I might have, this is a light source. That's a light source. And I would give myself some indicators of where. You could even do an arrow. Okay, that's a light source. And then I'm going to illuminate just sections. And what that means is this doesn't become black over the edge. This is still lightly grayed. But then the shadow underneath becomes really intensified. And then I just do a light transition out from where my light source is. So
Okay.
you can have spotlighting. You don't have to go into, I mean, you could, if you wanted to make the edges look a little bit more like a gap between leaves. So like just kind of broken little spaces. And that would be my light. But then it's just as easy. Give yourself a little bit of a glow pattern wherever that's going to hit. Know that that's the edge. Again, I'm not using, what the heck is this guy, a 2B? I would be using my H pencil so that when I shade, I don't have a contour line there. I just fade that guy out. Can also do, one of the guys I know, comic book guy, he does a lot of, he'll draw and then he'll draw one hand, eraser the other, and he'll lightly erase it so that it just has a bit of a line there. So then he knows where his edge is. So that's to me, that is going to be probably your best, is figure your light source and then use something straight like a pencil that comes from your light source at the points you want to have highlights, and use that as the marker for accents. That's where you want to really draw people in.
Okay.
Cool, cool, cool. Want to show us your picture quick?
No, it's a surprise for the finished thing. I don't like showing my art before it's done. It just feels weird.
Kidding me? All the time.
I mean, that's what you do, because that's your job.
Yeah, that is my job. That's why I make the big bucks. All right, Shelby, you got any questions? You got anything?
Not really. I'm realizing that because my animal is small, I'm definitely gonna have to I'm thinking about expanding I don't know how to describe it. Make the tree look closer, so therefore it looks wider, if that makes sense.
So,
And then putting the animal on a branch on the tree.
okay, that's a great idea. So what I would do is, if it were mine, and this is my piece of paper, again, the animal is the most important thing.
Yeah.
If I have, depends on how much bark you want to do too. So to me, we'll say this is my critter, is going to live in that space. So if he's going to sit on a branch, this line here could just be the edge of my tree. And then I can go in here and I can shape my branch for this guy to sit on. And I don't know why it just became an insect, but it did.
It's okay.
And then there's my guy. I think that when you make your bark, you're not going to make a tight bark pattern. Like if the picture that we see of you in the background, the tree on the left,
Yes.
we don't want that small of a bark pattern. We want to look up an image of bark, and your bark pattern is going to be something like this wide, maybe even bigger. So if your creature is the same size as a piece of bark, then you make your bark as big as your creature. If it's smaller, then my bark becomes a bigger patterny piece in the background. And then when I get up to this branch here, I might give this branch, I'd look up a good image of a branch, but I would give this branch a lot of detail. I might show like a stick coming off of the branch, an obstacle for my critter to get around.
Yeah.
So I just felt like it needed an eyeball and a little mouth. So this way, you're doing a close-up picture. So you don't have a lot of necessarily, the background is just that. Background is something that's just there to hold space to give us an idea where my creature lives. Inside
What
of,
if
go ahead.
What if my creature lives like in a pack?
So then maybe I make it a little bit smaller and I decrease the size of everything, and then I have several of them around.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you don't have to show complete ones, but you could have like them crawling up the tree or crawling out of the branch or coming from inside. You could give it a little, all of a sudden I just felt Bob Ross channeling through me. Give it a little hole where it comes out of, maybe a squirrel hole. And then you can have like them coming from out of here. And then that way it shows them in a group. Because again, I don't want to see words on it. When I go into your reflection piece, you're going to write a paragraph that reflects over what you did and the decisions you made. At that point, if you said, oh, my creature's a pack, but I only see one, then I'm going to be like, that doesn't seem like a pack. Whereas if you have a couple of them, even if it's just pieces of a couple of them, not like they're dissected, but just showing ends of them, then I can realize, okay, that's a group of them. Akito, do you have anything? We saw him for a second. He might have fallen back asleep. If anybody's in third period, or if you don't have a grade for Doodle for Google, make sure you post up a picture, because late night grading and Abel trying to make things neater and easier, he possibly deleted a grade set. I'll give you my oops face. I'm wearing my sunshiny Aztec-y sweatshirt for you guys today.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Miss Berlacki thinks it looks silly. That's why I wear it more. There we go. I have to dress professionally, so I'm not wearing the silky skull one that I have, because, I guess that's not professional. Do you guys have anything like you need help with? Is there anything like that you're like stuck on, or you're not understanding about the assignment, or you want me to show you?
My creature's like humanoid, and I'm struggling to make them look scary.
So what is, okay, so humanoid scary. Let's switch camera again. and I'll show you some scary humanoids.
Like, I'm struggling with facial expression. That's what it is.
Oh, there's this guy. He's kind of scary. I would, I don't know if we can see his face so well.
But not scary like that, because she's supposed to be siren-like, but the face that I want to give her in the drawing is when she's not being a pretty person. Like, when
So
she's scary and is about to eat you.
I might do, so is she gonna be looking directly at us?
Yeah.
So we're the intended victim.
And I want her to be kind of up. So I want there to be like heavy shading from the bottom, but then
Got
the
it.
light, yeah. I know what I want. I'm just struggling to do it.
Just to get it there.
Yeah.
So start with my human head. Eye, nose. And then what I would do is I'm going to extend the jaw a little. I'm going to keep the chin narrow because you keep saying she. So we're going to do a narrower jaw. Open up that mouth a little. And then when you come into the eyes, angle them. Now, this is a really drastic angle. So you could do something a little bit more, a little less steep. We'll go a little less steep. But these angles are going to help with the expression, like the anger kind of expression or a violent expression. This is just holding my nose until I actually put in nostrils. It depends on how human it is. Does it have a nose? Does it have kind of a creature nose? Then I'm going to come in and maybe just give it some really scary teeth.
Yeah.
And it depends on the teeth. Are they needle-like?
They're like lion teeth.
Oh, then I would look up a lion. So not this sharp, those are sharp teeth. Let's really quick pop over. Go shaboink, shaboink. So we'll do. So I get myself a reference. And I'm looking for something that's kind of coming at me. Ooh, like this one here. Then we're going to go back. So that guy there will be my reference. And I also need to make a decision. Is her, like, does she have like lionish features? In other words, does she have a muzzle to her or does she have
She
a
has
human
goat
face?
eyes.
She has no eyes?
Goat eyes.
Oh, goat eyes. Goat eyes. Oh, gosh. So, whoop, whoop.
No, their pupils are horizontal.
That's a lizard eye. That's a.
Which I think makes it hard to make her scary because a lot of people are freaked out by goat eyes, but when I draw them, they just look kind of endearing, and that's not what I'm looking for.
So, looking from that lion, and I'm going to change the outside of this because I want to fit it into a good jaw structure, but I'm also going to distend her jaw a little bit.
Because she obviously doesn't have a snoot. She has a
She could have a snoot.
She doesn't have a snoot.
She's no snooty.
No snoot. I mean, humans kind of have a snoot, just it's there, and then it's so. My dog is being so cute right now.
Mine are taking naps. This is nap time for them.
I opened my door and then he ran in here and just sat down next to me. And now he's sleeping. It's adorable.
He's just happy you're there.
My other dog is fat and she's sleeping on the couch. But that's because she's like 11.
So it was something like that.
Yeah.
Then you come back in and you reshape your jaw. I would make it so I would practice looking in a mirror and doing things like, and see how the shape changes. So normal shape. And then all this pulls and gets tight so that you can open your mouth larger. That's why this is all like this, so you can stretch it around.
Mm.
Noah was in here for a hot second and then left.
I saw that. I was like, what the heck?
All right, so so you're doing goat eyes, normal human nose.
Yeah.
I think maybe, again, practicing in the mirror, if I'm doing this face, how is my head tilted? In the doodle I did, the head's like this. If my head's back more, and if you want to distend the jaw even more, like dislodge it some, then you can work on how you restructure that jaw. Because nothing says you have to keep within human proportions. You can set it up any way you want. Bryant, we went over some basics, how to take basic shapes and make them into more complex. We're talking about making sure you have lighting. Now we're talking about any like little problems that people are having in their imagination creatures.
It would be funny if I gave her a goat beard.
You can
Oh
give
my god.
a little. So we'll
I'm
switch
not giving her a beard. That would ruin how she gets her food if she had a beard.
like a little.
I don't imagine men would be very attracted if she had a beard. I mean,
I don't think so.
maybe people with specific tastes, but not judging here.
So is she skin or fur?
She's kind of like a centaur, but with a lion body and wings and goat horns.
It's a lot going on, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, she is a fake felonious harpy.
Mine is literally just a dwarf hamster with some wings, so it's gonna be like tiny flying little puff balls, and it's gonna be so cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
I call her a land siren, and she's scary.
The goatee definitely makes it look like a man, baby.
Yeah. Oh my.
Or just like the devil
Or the devil.
with his little goatee.
It's always weird that people draw the devil like really ugly. But when he lived in heaven, he was like the most gorgeous of the angels, so that's confusing. Like he's supposed to be gorgeous, and no one draws him gorgeous because they don't want to.
No, you don't want to like him.
I feel like in pop culture with shows that like try to make it like make him attractive. Like I've never watched it, but like apparently like Lucifer, like I feel like everybody on that show is very like attractive looking.
Well,
I don't know.
Of course they're attractive looking. Just like me in real life, I'm attractive looking. Bryant, do you have any questions for us?
No,
How are you doing on your drawing?
I haven't really started. But I'm busting it out today, all this week.
So we've got all this week to work on it. Next Tuesday, we're going to talk about our next picture.
Alright.
And probably Thursday, I will load up some images for us to work on and some stuff to go from there. So you've got time.
About the doodle for Google. Did
Yes.
you want me to attach it to that that you put on classroom yesterday.
Yes. If you could put it, if you could just upload it into that folder, that'd be awesome.
All right, I got you. Well,
All right, guys. If you guys, is there anything else like you need specific help with or anything? A hamster with wings.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Are
gonna
they
be
bird
cute.
wings? Or are they gonna be bat wings? Or are they
They're gonna kind of look like yeah, almost like bird wings, like when you see wings on like a Pegasus, but like a mini version of that because that's adorable. So like angel wings.
Okay.
Or you could make it really stylized. I think it'd be cute. Look up Sanrio, how she draws wings.
Oh,
They're all
yeah.
it's so cute.
You could
It's
do
adorable.
dragonfly wings. Those would be different.
No, I want this to be very angelic, just like a bunch of little fluffy babies.
Better not. Leave it.
So I would know where my critter lives, and then I would lay out my background lightly first. And then lay in the basic details of my creature. Then I'm going to start to go between the two of doing detail work. Anything that's not near your creature, immediately around it, you can go ahead and just let it fade out and have very light details. Know where your lighting comes from before you start adding anything other than contour lines.
My friend just left.
Not quite sure what Brian's doing there,
oh my
but it's
God.
acrobatic looking. Akito says he's okay. So if you guys are good to go, that's all I got for you today, unless you have a specific that you need help with. Otherwise,
Step on my drawing.
Do
puppy.
we have to chat goodbye?
Nope, you're good. You're cool.
Okay.
Stop licking me.
Happy puppies. Aki can go back to bed now.
Oh yeah. Look at the face that he makes. He looks so stupid. I love you.
Here, I'll screen share, show you my,
Doggies.
yeah, because they're sleeping right now. That's Percy peeking around the corner on Athena.
They're so cute. Look at his chops.
He's,
They're cute.
around here now, he's getting really gray. Both of them are getting really gray into their muzzle because they're about 4.
He's 1 and Shy's 11 in May. Her
Ooh,
birthday is Cinco de Mayo.
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's her birthday. His birthday is in August.